Dear friends, welcome to one more series of our network videos. In one of the previous videos of network, you were already introduced with the term called network and few more terminologies about network. If you have not seen that video, I will put that description in the description box. It is already there. You can just check out the previous video. In that video, you have been already introduced what is a network, what are the different terms used to connect the network, and all the brief introduction was already given in that previous video. Now to continue ahead in this same series of the video, today I have come up with the next series of videos called network terminology. What we are trying to cover in this video is when we use our networking, you come across various words. You keep listening few words, but you don't know what does this words means to you. There are few listed out words over here on the screen. As you can see, there are so many words. I am not going to read out them, rather wasting the time. Let us start understanding what each of these words try to mean. The first word which is there is the word internet. Internet is, as you can see on the screen, it is written that it comprises of two combinations of word inter plus net. We mean to say that the word internet is derived from the two separate word interconnections of network. When different networks together connected, we get a term called network. And what is network? That is already discussed in the previous video. If not seen, you can check out from the description box. When all this network combines together, we get a global collection of network, that is worldwide connection of network becomes our internet. What is the advantages that internet offers? It offers exchange of information and communication worldwide, and to make this possible, you definitely require a certain set of rules which every one of us must follow. Those set of rules are called as protocols. Protocols will be coming on later on, so I will explain over there when it will come. So next topic which you are supposed to learn is a terminology called intranet. This word is different from the word called internet. Internet is not a property of any one single person. Nobody can claim yes, internet belongs to a person X or person Y. But when we say intranet, it is an organization or a particular company who owns it. An intranet belongs to a particular organization. Let us say an example of a school. A school is an example of intranet. A school is an example of intranet because it is owned by a particular organization. Similarly, if I take an example of a mall which has different branches located at various cities. Big Bazaar, which has multiple branches located at each different cities. Big Bazaar is again an example of intranet. A school which is having DPS, like DPS school, which is having its branches again into multiple cities, is again an example of intranet. So the difference between the intranet and internet is not owned by anybody, whereas intranet is a private organization. Somebody belongs to intranet. What benefits does intranet offers? You have certain advantages which is given on the screen. That is, when things are connected with the help of when things are connected in the internet, it gives you lots of time saving. That is, you don't have to physically travel to that particular location. Through internet, the things gets exchanged very easily. Second, a collaborative exchange is possible. People work in the collaborative teamwork, which gives a productive effect. Next, platform independency, which means you don't have to physically depend on that particular location. Next, cost effectiveness. All these things are the advantages offered by the intranet. What is the difference between the internet and intranet? One difference which I said is internet is owned by nobody, whereas intranet belongs to a particular person. That is first point which is written. Next point written is internet is collections of multiple intranet, and second, Intranet, it is an internet designed for a specific group of people. Example, I already give Big Bazaar is an example which is designed for a specific groups. Over here in the internet, you can say unlimited users are using because it is an open platform, open for everybody. Whereas in case of intranet, because it is meant for a particular organization, only people working under it can access it, so it is meant for the limited group of people. Next, the information stored under the internet has no limitation. There is no end limit to the information, whereas with the intranet you will find only the information related to the business which it is running. If the school example which I said, it is DPS school, then it will store only the school related information. If it is Big Bazaar, it will store information only to the Big Bazaar. So the storage of information is also limited in the intranet. That is another difference. Second, there will be unlimited traffic jam because multiple users are there, whereas in case of intranet, since the users are limited, you will not find much of the traffic jam. One more term which we keep listening in the internet is bandwidth. What is the bandwidth? Bandwidth describes the maximum data transfer which is possible in the internet connection. The maximum amount of data which can be transmitted in a particular time period is called as the bandwidth. We need to know what is the unit used to measure that speed. The speed of the bandwidth is measured in terms of bits per second, or in short we write it as BPS. And gradually, as we increase the speed in all the mathematical units also, centimeter to kilometer, like this way distance from km to miles and all this, here also we will increase from bits per second to, we will go ahead and proceed more speed if you want. The increasing order I have already written. Increasing order, the speed will be from bits per second to, it will be kbps, mbps, gbps, and finally the ratio in which it is increasing is 10,000, like this way 10 raised to 3, next is 10 raised to 6, and lastly 10 raised to 9. This is the ratio in which it is increasing. Another terminology which you have to learn is IPS. The full form of IPS is Internet Service Provider. We are the end users who are using the internet, but the one who makes this internet possible for us are called as Internet Service Providers. They are the front users. They make this internet possible for us. We are directly using the ready-made facilities, but the one who gives these facilities to us are called as Internet Service Providers. The few examples of the Internet Service Providers are listed in the example. They are Jio, Airtel, Sifi, etc. We have few which are almost to be getting on the edge of the close. BSNL is about to be getting closed. Vodafone again is in the struggling stage. So like this way, the new ones of course keeps coming and the old keeps on going on. Examples will keep on changing. Then there is the diagram to be understand how does the ISP services works. Multiple computers are there, then there is a printer attached, there is one server, there is a router also. In between there is a PDA, which is standing for, PDA stands for Personal Digital Assistant. A PDA can be a tablet, a laptop, a palm top. Personal Digital Assistant, which means it is a personal gadget of your own. A personal gadget can be your mobile, as I said, it can be your laptop, palm top, it can be anything. All these devices which we are using are connected with the internet today. Internet is possible everywhere. Even you can connect directly your printers for taking the printouts. Latest printers are available with the facilities that you can directly attach them and take printouts through them. No necessarily that only printers can attach to the computers only. So ISPs are providing the internet facilities to all these devices. Even the cloud computing is possible through ISP. Next, what is the next term to be learned is website. Website A website is collections of related web resources, or another way you can define it as a website is collections of multiple web pages. And in each of these web pages, what do we find? Each of these web pages contains multimedia contents. The word multi means more than one, and each multimedia contents comprise of 5 items. It can be text, audio, video, graphics and animations. All these kinds of data we find it in each of this web page. Every single web page comprise of all this. As you can see in my video right now which is playing, you can find my image. You can see there are animations going when the page is transiting from one page to another. This way a single web page comprise of all this, and collectively the combinations or collections of all these pages together make your website. One more thing you have to learn, that make this website there is a special language used. This language is called as HTML. You cannot write the websites in any language of your choice. You have to write it down in a special language called HTML, full form of which is hypertext language. Next word is called as web portal. The words may sound similar. When you read the definition, you may sound similar to the website, but please try to get the clear differentiation between the website and web portal. A web portal is a specially designed website which serves as a single point of access for information, or you can consider it as a library of personalized and categorized content. By this, what I mean to say is a website will have the information meant for a special task. Like if I am using the CBSE website called CBSE NIC, it will give you all the information stored for the CBSE website itself only. Like this way, if I give another example called Extra Marks, which the students are using it, they will give you the related study materials of all the subjects. So this examples extramarks.cbse, they are giving you the information related to the contents which you are searching. But when we say web portal, they will just serve as a gateway. They will guide you, or they will just give you the hyperlinks or entry to the website. Actual information will be available only when you open the website. If I give the example of web portal, the best example of the web portal to understand will be justdial.com. When you open the justdial.com, you don't find the information of anybody over there. Only thing what you get is the phone numbers over there. Only the phone numbers are available in the justdial.com, but on calling those phone numbers, you will be redirected directly to the office, and the information will be available directly from the office itself. Just Dial is just giving you the contact number. You are not being directly contacted at the office directly. So this way, the another examples which is written in the slide over here is Google or Yahoo. When we search anything in the Google search engine, what is Google search engine doing you? Google search engine just gives you the website addresses. Actual informations are not listed out, so that is called as a gateway. You are just being allowed to give the URL, that is a web portal, whereas in case of website, the actual informations are appearing. That is the difference between a website and a web portal. Next term is called as web page. You can call it a document, is a page in the again written in a special language called HTML, and once written down in the HTML, to check those web pages you have to check them in an internet browser or any other web browser called Mozilla or Firefox. So two things to keep in mind is They are written in a special language called HTML, and to check those pages you require a web browser over there. And as I mentioned earlier, a web page contains all fine kinds of multimedia contents which are listed here in the screen. One more thing which you have to remember is any of the web page which you want to check out, their addresses must be written in the address bar. Each of the web page has a special address which is called as a URL. The detailed explanation is coming ahead. We will talk about that. Another word is home page. What is home page? Any website when we open, after opening the website, when you write the address of the website in the address bar, you will be finding the first page always same. The first page which appears in front of you is always the same. That first page which comes in front of you is called the home page. After the home page opens in front of me, that is the first page which comes after me, it is my choice which I want to view the contents, whether I want to view the sports contents or whether I want to view the entertainment or I want to see the current affairs. That choice is mine, but the first screen whenever we open the website will be always the same. That first web page will be called as the home page. That is by default the page when you started, and by normally it is containing, generally the home page will contain the hyperlinks or the navigation buttons. They will not contain more detailed descriptions. Mostly the home page contains the navigation buttons and they contains the hyperlink, clicking on which you will be redirected to the detailed descriptions. And one more thing, keep in mind that the hyperlink is not necessarily meant of the same website. It can be a link to the another website also, or it can be in the same web page there and there itself also. Next term is called as link. The word hyperlink was different and just the word called link is different. Let us understand the difference between link and hyperlink. Hyperlink is a link clicking on which I will be allowed to jump to a new content, and that new content will be a new page, or that way you will be allowed to redirect it somewhere else. But when I say link, what do I mean to say by link? Link means it is a physical channel by which my two devices are connected. When I want to connect my two devices, I need some physical components to connect my devices, and that communication channel is called as my link. Those communication channel can be your cable wires if it is a nearby distance, or if it is a long distance, the link can be radio waves or your satellite channels. So link examples are radio waves, satellites or cable wires in the short term distance, and in the long term distance it is satellites. Next is hyperlink. A hyperlink is a selected special words in the whole web page. Only those selected words clicking on which the user is allowed to some new documents or new contents are called as hyperlink. It can be a word, or it can be a phrase, it can be an image, or it can be an animated contents, clicking on which the user will be allowed to open the new web page. And how do you differentiate the hyperlink? Hyperlinks are differentiated with a specific format. They have their special colors called dark blue, and they are underlined by default. And when bringing the mouse pointer over it, you find the mouse pointer which is by default the arrow sign. When we bring the mouse pointer, the arrow sign changes to a hand shape symbol. This is how we differentiate the hyperlink. Next word is hypertext. Understand the clear difference between the normal text and the hypertext. there are so many text words written in the web page, but each of these text words are not called the hypertext. There is a page written which is made up of 150 text words. If there are 150 words in the web page, all these 150 words will not be called hypertext, but only those selected words clicking on which the user is allowed to open a new document or the user is allowed to open a new content is called your hypertext. The hypertext are the one which are made as the hyperlinks, and what special appearance they have I already explained. They are already underlined and the mouse pointer changes it to the hand shape. Next word is called as hypermedia, or we call it with another word called multimedia. Media or hypermedia, the word multi means more than one. We are today having the websites which are not simply made up of text contents, but it is containing 5 different kinds of data, which includes your normal text. Apart from text, we find audio, video, graphics and animation. So the combination of all these 5 collectively makes your hypermedia or multimedia. Next term is URL, Uniform Resource Locator. URL is the address of your web page. URL is not only meant for the website, but the URL or the address can be for image also, it can be for video also, or it can be for the graphics also. When you search the celebrity pages, or when you are doing the science project, you search for celebrity. I am writing Amitabh Bachchan. When I search that in the search box, when the results also come, even that image will have the URL. So what I am trying to say is the URL or the addresses are not only for the website, but URL are for all the 5 medias which we discussed right now: audio, video, graphics, animation. Each of this will have a specific address assigned to it. Another thing which is there in the content to remember is IP address. What is IP address? Internet Protocol address. Every computer connected to the internet has a unique address, so that when the user is requesting for the file, computer can easily understand the address and directly it fetches that address, and the database will easily detect that address, and from that the file can be downloaded. Even if your computer is not connected with the computer internet network, even if it is standalone, your home computer, then also it will have the IP address. During the manufacturing time itself, when the manufacturer manufactures the computer, that time itself the addresses are assigned. As our mobiles are also having the unique number, same way every computer available in the market has a unique address called IP address, and it is made up of 32 bits, and this 32 bits are divided into 4 parts. Those 4 parts will be having, each of these 4 parts will have the number varying from 0 to 255. The number will not exceed from 0 to 255. 172.16.254.1. Each of these 4 parts will have the number varying from 0 to 255 itself only. Next, domain name system are the same as IP address, but the only thing is domain name system is for the user understanding, because we human beings cannot remember such numbers for the website. Those numbers are assigned for the computers. Computer understands ultimately the website in terms of address only. Every website has an IP address. Every data stored in the computer. I said images also has address, the videos also has address, animations also has address. Each of these addresses are stored in the format of IP address, but for the user it is not possible to remember the IP addresses. So that is why for the human understanding form they are converted into equivalent domain name system. We write it down www.cbse.nic, but ultimately backside computer will convert it into an equivalent 4 parts 32 bits IP address. So what I try to say is, whether you write the IP address correct or you write the domain name correct, they will be referring to the same and same itself only. Only variation is computer understands IP address, and for our understanding we are assigned the domain name system. That is the key terms which are there in the computer. For the network terminology you should be very well familiar for it. Thank you so much for watching my video.